Hello again, everybody. You are looking at the Quizmaster General over there. Greg, he's 80. I'm Mark. I'm 60. And this is quiz time, right, Greg?
Right, right. This is from the New York Times to see what we this week. What happened? You see if how you did. Okay, all right.
Okay,
I think
I'm
this
ready.
is interesting. Uh, Federal officials said this week that classified documents have been found at locations associated with President Biden. How were the documents found? Biden's lawyers found them and notified federal agencies. B, Biden resisted returning them, leading to a court fight. 3, the FBI raided Biden's home in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. 4, a Republican-controlled House committee made them public. 5, 6 rather, or 5, WikiLeaks obtained and published copies of them.
It's number one. And can you read it again?
Number 1, Biden's lawyers found them and notified federal agencies.
Exactly.
I tell you, this is a bunch of bull in my opinion. I just watched Meet the Press. Come on, Biden with these documents. You don't do that. You can't do that in the government. And that's happened when he was vice president. That was 6 years ago. Now all of a sudden they find him. So both 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 parties should examine what the heck they're doing. You know? Ridiculous.
Why are you combining the two?
Well, the documents.
I know, but
Just the documents,
what was the answer to the first question you just answered me? The first answer was what?
He found them and notified federal agencies.
Right.
Right. I
And
understand. I know what I know. But still, 6 years later.
Well, what
He
do
was
you?
vice president in November. He was vice president 6 years ago.
Right. He found them and gave them back, right?
Right.
They probably did a more complete search because of what happened to the other guy in Florida. They
Right.
probably went, okay, let's make sure our ducks are in a row. They searched, they found him, they turned him over. All right. That's not to say that Lyndon Johnson didn't do it. It's not to say that
Right.
didn't do it.
I mean, the whole thing. I mean, I'm just saying, whatever party you're with, you can't take documents.
Right.
You
can't take documents. I think what it is, though, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, is in those positions, when you're the president of the United States, you're not packing up boxes. Somebody else is packing up boxes and sending them to your garage. I agree with you. There should be a more thorough process to make sure that what we're taking from here does not belong, is not top secret or confidential. All right. But I needed to throw it in there to say that we don't have to equate the two because one was given back voluntarily and one is still fighting the courts for it.
I know what you're saying, but I would, if I were in charge.
It seems like the National Archive should be the one that has a better plan for
right.
when somebody exits office.
But I would say, get over here. What are you doing? What did you do? And I would be irate.
Who?
Both parties,
Right.
Both parties,
yeah, but I got a real problem with people who say both parties. Only one party is not giving them back voluntarily.
Just the fact that it's there, Mark, is a problem for
me. That's a problem, right?
That's the problem. Just the problem that it's there.
Okay.
You don't do that.
Okay.
There's secrets out there that can get out, and it affects my safety as a citizen.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You don't do that. Whatever. You just don't do that. That's
okay. I agree with you on that. Okay.
Yeah. A commissioner of the nation's top consumer watchdog agency said this week that a common kitchen appliance was a hidden hazard. Which one was he referring to? Air fryers, huh?
I don't know. Okay, go.
Air fryers, blenders, electric tea kettles, gas stoves, or microwaves.
I'm going to go with air fryers just because it's kind of a new sort of trendy thing.
I thought so too. I got that wrong. Gas stoves.
Oh, that's right. Gas
Yeah,
grills.
me too. Me too.
Yeah,
I've been in the business, but not in the business. I read that and it completely went over me. All
yeah.
right.
Okay.
Um, the United States will soon bring home, will soon bring some Ukrainian troops in Oklahoma. Why? To learn aquatic combat from Navy SEALs, to participate in war games with the United States and Canada, to practice HL jumps, to practice medals, to receive medals from President Biden, to train on the Patriot missile system.
I'm going to go with the train on the missile system.
Exactly right.
All right.
Noma, often called the world's best restaurant, announces it would close for regular service at the end of the next year. Where is it from? Amsterdam, Copenhagen, Miami, New York City, Paris.
Copenhagen.
Right. January 8th, supporters of former President Jair Bolsonaro stormed government buildings in Brazil's capital. What were what were they protesting? A bill to make Sao Paulo the new capital of Brazil. B, a national curfew because of rising COVID case numbers. C, a new federal nutrition guide that recommends being vegan. D, a plan to raise 1/3 of the Amazon rainforest. E, the presidential election, which they said had been stolen.
Yeah, sounds familiar. It's D.
And C, this upsets me now. See, what we did January 6th, other countries, they're going to copy that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the former vice president said that today. Former vice Pence said that today. And he's totally right. They're going to start. That's the new playbook.
Yeah.
That's the new playbook. We're the leader. The United States is the leaders in many things.
Right.
I just
we don't want to be in the leader in anti-democracy.
Yeah. And okay, another one here. For a week's string of major storms have caused extreme flooding in which state? Arkansas, California, Hawaii, North Carolina, and Tennessee. California. Prince Harry released a much anticipated memoir this week. What is the title? The Forgotten Prince, Harry and Meghan, Open, E, So Help Me God, E, Spare.
Spare. I love that title. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Meaning it's like I'm just a spare. If something happens to that guy, if something happens to his son, if something happens to his other son or whatever, then I'm the king. So I'm just a spare.
It's like you keep the one guy that the presidential speech, the State of the Union.
Oh,
the guy stays there. Stays
designated survivor.
Yeah. That was a show that I liked, but then they really just have a show for 1 year, then that's it. You don't have to have a survivor.
Yeah, they jumped the shark.
Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you the truth. I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. I had enough of the Prince and Princess Diana and all that. It's too much the crown or too much on that. But I watched Stephen Colbert's interview with Prince Harry. Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it yet. I kind of wanted to see it. I really like the way Stephen Colbert interviews people. So
they're really. It's a shame that two brothers were so close. Two brothers who suffered tragedy,
right,
are now at each other's throat.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Was the interview good?
Yes, he was. He was. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. Okay.
Yeah, very, very good. Yeah, very good. The House voted on Tuesday to start a wide-range investigation into federal law enforcement and national security over claims of what? Adding migrants to crossing the border, bias against conservatives, detaining foreign diplomats, mission of cybercrime threats, negligent custom checks at airports.
Boy, this one I'm not sure. What was it? What's the answer?
Bias against conservatives.
No. Okay.
This is what you have to watch, in my opinion. The congressmen got to remember, they run every 2 years. It can change.
Yeah.
Now it's
Yeah.
our turn. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Right.
Now it's our turn. You think your power, you only have it for 2 years.
Right.
But the problem is they're starting now to raise funds.
Right. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like this never ending
Yeah.
cycle of revenge and turmoil.
All right. I got this wrong now. President Emmanuel Macron proposed changing French retirement age to 64. What is it currently? 45, 55, 62, 65, or 70?
62.
You're right.
Oh.
Being in French, I'm not trying to, I like the French people a lot. Being in French, I thought it was like probably 30. You know, you know, you know?
Yeah. 30, you retire, you sit on at the cafe table the rest of the day, drinking coffee and wine, and
You know, that's the life. That's the life. I remember in Greece, like siesta is like 3 hours. It's
yeah,
like
right, right.
I'm not that way. I can't function that way. I gotta
Are you a napper? Do you take naps?
I can take naps just watching TV like that. But the army taught me how to nap because I was tired a lot. You know,
Yeah,
so I could. But if you say let me go over there, give me 10 minutes, and I go. You know, I
yeah,
don't sleep much. I sleep 5, 6 hours a night at the
yeah.
most.
Okay, but then when you wake up from that nap, that 10-minute nap, you're ready to go. It's like,
I'm ready
okay,
to
that's
go.
all I
Yeah,
needed.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All right. This is Do You Know? Do You Know? I love this. Do You Know? Do You Know?
Okay.
All right. Things Do You Know? And I won't know it after I say it a week later, a day later.
Yeah, okay.
Neuropsychology has shown that short term memory lasts 15 to 30 seconds, after which it either has to be encoded as a long term memory or it decays.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot it already.
Yeah.
Boy, this is something. More than half of the U.S. population over age 65 suffers from some level of cognitive impairment.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's something when you see it as people growing old, and it's interesting because I'm older. You see people sometimes like try and talk so fast. I'm thinking, I'm like, go like, then you go like, people are looking at me. You okay? Is he okay? I can tell like it's just interesting now.
Oh, you mean you notice if you're searching for a word, you notice people waiting for it?
They're sat there looking at like, oh my, how is he? How is he? Yeah. Those are signals to me. Like I feel like saying, I'm okay, but
Well,
I
you
just
feel
go,
like saying, I'm okay. I've been like this my whole life. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. See, what I'm trying to say is, I'm talking to you. I'm thinking about something like 20 other things. You
Right.
know,
Right.
measured by the volume it releases into the ocean, the equivalent of a dozen Mississippi's, 1/5 of all the fresh water that reaches the world seas. The Amazon is the largest river in the world. The Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah. This is gonna there's a channel I found on YouTube. This is like totally like geeky stuff here. It's a couple of it's a family who lives right on the riverbank, and they document their life and they post the videos to YouTube and right on the Amazon. And it's fascinating how the people in other parts of the world live. It's almost like a documentary style, but it's just their daily existence. And that river is provides life and food and everything to so many people.
And
That whole
beauty,
stretch.
beauty, beauty,
And
right?
beauty, yeah, yeah.
I can't be somewhere without a phone and a newspaper. You know, if I go away for 2 weeks, I don't stop the paper.
Yeah, yeah,
I come back and I read 2 weeks of the newspaper.
yeah, yeah.
I don't want to come home and say, I will never forget, I was in England and I had no idea what was happening with Katrina. Said, what are you talking about, Katrina?
Oh, oh, wow. Okay.
And I said, I don't like that. I got to be really.
Yeah. Well, I remember a few years ago, you were going somewhere and you called me up and you said, "Hey, I'm going to be gone for a few days," and you said, keep me up to date on sports, and if anything happens in sports that I need to know." And you said not like scores or anything, but like trades or whatever. And that's that thing where if you go away and you come back and you go, "Hey, my favorite guy's on a different team. What happened?"
When did that happen? Yeah. Now, I don't follow the Indianapolis Colts, but I didn't know Jeff Saturday was let go or fired or resigned.
When did that happen?
I don't know. He's not there.
But it happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
That's what they're saying. They got to get a new coach.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. All right.
So it's interesting. Okay. About $800 million worth of products as diverse as auto parts, clothing, and avocados pass through Laredo, Texas. Laredo has long been the dominant land porter on the border between U.S. and Mexico.
Okay.
Okay. Next. Some 3.5 million people in Britain, or about 1 in 12 working age, have long-term health conditions that are not working or looking for work. 1 in 12 working age adults.
Wow. Okay.
This is interesting. Skateboarding is banned on the streets of Rome.
Okay. All right. Skateboarding is banned in the streets of Rome. Well, it's probably pretty bumpy, right? Trying to skateboard in the Colosseum, probably.
And in our lifetime, Mark, so far, somebody's going to read this and say, "Let's have a protest. Yeah. Let's start a skateboarding
protest. We want to skateboard in Rome." Yeah. Okay.
Denmark and other Scandinavian countries, a conduct code known as Janteloven encourages people to blend in rather than stand out.
Conduct code?
It's called
conduct code.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
To blend in rather than stand out.
That's kind of weird. Okay.
We would be put in jail. We would be put in jail for that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's a weird sort of thing. I think that happens naturally. Some people stand out, some people blend in. Why not just let it happen naturally?
Yeah. It's I watched an interesting video the other day on Netflix. Let me see. I got to get the name straight again.
Wasn't that Hatchet thing you watched?
Yes.
Oh, it was?
The Hatchet-wielding hitchhiker.
Yeah. So what does that have to do with anything?
I just forgot.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's great. I just forgot. Why did I say that? Okay.
Well, you were talking about blending in or standing out.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't blend in.
Oh, okay.
Guy, that's what. U.S. auto sales fell about 8% last year, fewer than 14 million cars and trucks, the lowest level since 2011. But sales of electric vehicles rose 66% to more than 800,000.
Yeah, that's how it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. Yep.
When I go somewhere, I go to a grocery store, I always look at cars to see how many are like SUVs compared to a regular car. Most, you have 10 of them, 7 of them are at least SUVs.
Yeah.
Lisa Marie Presley died.
Yeah.
She was 54.
Yeah. It's it's just a shame. It's just a shame, right?
And I'll tell you, like they talked about her mother. Her mother really played a great part. I love the ones with Leslie Nielsen. Is that him?
Oh, Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
You're talking about Priscilla Presley and Naked Gun. Yeah.
It was Leslie Nielsen, right?
Leslie Nielsen. That's right.
Yeah. That's so funny. All the time I watch him, like he was something. Like
Yeah. Those are classic. Those are classic.
Really funny. Really.
Yeah. Right. All right. Nice talking to you,
Mark. Thank you. I thank you for everybody for listening. We appreciate it. Thank you. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Have a nice week.